All right, we're live. This is going to be our SmackDown review for August 25th, 2023. Please like the stream. Please share this. Let us know what you think about the show. Hit that ring notification, the bell notification. That way, when we go live, we have new videos. You guys are notified. Unfortunately, this is not a. It's a very somber evening for us wrestling fans. With the passing of Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. But we want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank, and before we get into the night of SmackDown, let's talk a little bit about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt and what they meant to this industry. Terry Funk, besides what he did in NWA and WWF in the 80s, the man is the godfather of hardcore. He helped a small company get on their feet, became world champion in his 50s, must have had like 10 retirement matches.
Oh yeah. He was always
never wanted to leave the ring. I remember the one he had against Bret Hart. He said, "This is my last match."
Yeah,
it wasn't his last match. The man was middle-aged and crazy. I mean, he was
Chainsaw Charlie.
I loved it. I don't care. I loved it. This Michael Cole said it tonight that he grew up in the Vince McMahon senior era where you only had WWF up on the East Coast, and that when Terry Funk finally came, when he from NWA to WWF under Vince McMahon Jr., he bought all the tickets he could. When he came to WWF is when there was something about him that was amazing to see. And even though I was a Hulkamaniac back then, I loved the fact that he was kicking Hogan's in the ring. Obviously, he didn't win the belt, and then I followed his career from there, and it was an excellent career. And if anybody has seen anything that he's done in Japan against Cactus Jack or even in the ECW, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Now, on the other side of this is the first active roster that the WWE's had in 16 years. This one I hit me hard, and I'm going to tell you why. 10 years ago, I almost gave up on wrestling. I thought the product was garbage. In 2013, I really thought that it wasn't going to get any better. Then I started seeing the Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family vignettes. And what's up, man? And we're hanging in there. How about you?
Doing good. Thanks for asking, brother.
I started seeing the vignettes, and I said, all right, let me ride this out and see where they're going with this, because this looked like Undertaker-ish, kind of dark side, gothic. And when he came out at SummerSlam in the Ring of Fire match against Kane, I was hooked. And from there on out, I was a Bray Wyatt fan, regardless of who he fought, except the Undertaker, obviously. I thought everything he did redefined himself, the business. It was just great. The Shield versus the Wyatt family was awesome. Michael Cole did say it tonight that unfortunately we never got to see the Demon versus the Fiend.
Right, yeah. I always wanted to see that.
So did I. And the one match I really did want to see also was Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt back when Brock was feuding with the Wyatt family, but unfortunately Bray couldn't get he was injured at the time, so he never got in the ring against him. I believe it was at Roadblock 7 years ago. So, and when he made his return last year, and the story that they were telling and everything, it led up to a whole lot of great things. And brother, I know, right? It's insane. I don't think we haven't gone through this probably in a while.
Yeah, and 2 deaths in 24 hours is just.
This one hit me hard. When my son told me this the other day, I couldn't believe it. I told him, "Nah, it's BS. It's not. It can't be true." And as soon as I got on social media, every single post I saw was about how he died of a heart attack. And I pray for his wife. I pray for his kids, his family. So, he's taken too soon.
Absolutely.
So, but they did pay homage to both men tonight in the ring. So let's get to it. Louisville, Kentucky. Let us talk to you. The matches itself were all right. They kept everything but the Jimmy Uso segment, which they will do next week.
Because that's going to take time, so they want to do that.
I really thought they would. Now I love the videos that they did on Bray Wyatt over the course of the program, from his start to his his return last year at Extreme Rules. So that was great. I thought they were going to do it for Terry Funk. They did do a video package when Cody Rhodes came out. I thought that was very nice of them. I don't know how they did it. When they were all out there for the 10-belt salute, I loved that Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan were sitting front side, which next to Triple H. Rowan, of course, is not part of the company at this time, but was allowed to be there. I thought it was awesome. Braun, still injured, came anyway, didn't care. So, this was great respect for the two guys. And, of course, not to mention the wrestlers and celebrities who chimed in on Twitter or on social media, like Sylvester Stallone, Hulk Hogan, Mick Foley, a whole bunch of guys chimed in.
Work with Terry Funk, that had worked with him and everything.
Mm-hmm. So let's get to it. Our opening match of the night, non-title match because the man forgot his belt in the back, but magically had it when the match was over. Check that out. Rey Mysterio.
I didn't notice. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, when him and Santos were standing there in the ring, all of a sudden there's the U.S. belt.
Maybe Santos brought it out and we didn't see it because Mysterio didn't have it. I don't know.
In between commercials, possibly. But, Ray came. It was a non-title match, but he didn't come out with the U.S. belt facing Grayson Waller, the man who can't get a win if he tried to buy it.
Every week he gets his ass whipped.
And the rumor is that at Superstar Spectacle in 2 weeks, he's going to face John Cena in India. But why aren't we airing this?
That's another ass whooping.
Yep, because Cena's going to be the next week on SmackDown. Whatever. That's fine. But this match itself wasn't bad. Waller did botch his corner move on Mysterio, kind of smashed his head with his feet into the ring.
Didn't Mysterio botch? He botched something on the outside. It looked like he botched it.
Yeah, the two of them really. I know Rey Mysterio was probably trying harder than Grayson to get through this. Mysterio had the Terry Funk Bray Wyatt armband on to pay his respect. Grayson, I mean, unless he followed them before he showed up, I mean, he never worked with them. So unless he had encounters with them at the Performance Center, who knows?
Still going to hit him, We didn't work with them either, and, so still a co-worker,
But during the match, it was typical that Austin Theory come out because at Payback next Saturday, Theory gets his rematch against Mysterio. They also announced that The Miz and LA Knight are going to face each other. That match I'm looking forward to. So as Theory came...
No, they mentioned that Waller's going to interview Cody Rhodes.
Why isn't Rhodes fighting at this pay-per-view?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, premium live event.
Yeah, it's still pay-per-view to us.
Exactly. It'll always be. Why isn't he fighting Damian Priest or Finn Balor? He's feuding with the Judgment Day for sakes. I mean, come on.
I don't know.
You keeping Cody off the card. I mean, good Lord, man. It's bad enough Roman ain't fighting on it. And we only got 5 matches with what, 7 days left, 8 days left?
Well, at least it won't be 4 hours.
So. Oh, no, watch it will be.
Oh Lord.
Trust me.
I hope not. We're going live, man. So I don't want,
I know.
I don't want to go live.
We got to get it done. Yeah, I don't want to midnight. No. But as soon as Theory came out, shortly after, here comes Santos Escobar, attacking Theory, but to no avail the first time out. Mysterio hit the 619 and the splash on Waller to get the victory. Theory before that tried to get involved, but was super kicked or sort of super kicked by Escobar.
Yeah.
So next week on SmackDown, we're going to get Mysterio and Escobar versus Theory and Waller. And besides them teaming together, I'd like to see them face each other. And I'm sure down the road, Waller and Theory will lock up. If they ever make one a fan favorite, I can't see either one of them being a babyface. Ever.
I don't know, man. I can see Theory as a babyface.
I definitely can't see Waller.
Yeah. I can see
see, the problem with them right now is they're too young. They're too egotistical. They're like a Randy Orton, only to the extreme. Yeah. Like it's too much at this point.
We'll see.
So following that, like I said, they had done various video packages of Bray Wyatt over the night. They showed his beginnings all the way up until Extreme Rules. So I'm not going to get into every single one that they did. Although the vignettes that they did were pretty good. They did a good job on it. Following the match, they showed what happened 3 weeks ago when Zelina Vega beat Io Sky for the second time. This was was she champion at the time when she beat her the second time? I don't think so.
No, she wasn't champion.
Okay, yeah, because
I don't think
she cashed it in at
right before.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So she had 2 wins against her prior to her being incoming champion. And of course, they showed the whole Shotzi thing, and that probably shit the bed because I haven't seen Shotzi in a month. So for the and then they showed that, and then Kayla Braxton interviewing Damage Control. Of course, Bailey trying to be funny. Good luck with that. 10,000 comedians out of work. She's cracking jokes. For the women's championship, it was Io Sky versus Zelina Vega.
And I knew Zelina Vega was gonna get her ass whipped again.
If Io just won the title, there's no way,
Yeah,
no way she's losing it.
I just don't understand what they're doing with Zelina and with Waller. Like, why they're talented and they should be up and coming, and they come out here and
they lose.
Yeah.
What I think they're doing is to see if they can run. I hate to use the words of Dusty Rhodes, but run with the big boys.
Oh, jeez.
Waller has faced nobody but Hall of Fame talent since he's been on the main roster. Whether he's got the loss or not, it's to see if he can probably hang with them. Unfortunately, I think it's hurting him.
It looks like it's hurting him to me.
In Zelina's case, Backlash to me made her a main event player.
Yeah, and then it's
not necessarily. I mean, she did beat Io twice, but it wasn't for the.
But now it's for the title, then she loses.
Well, because again, Io just won.
No, I know, but just don't put her against her. That's my point. Don't put her in that match.
Unfortunately, you have to, because if 2 victories over the woman, you got to be really deemed the number 1 contender.
Yeah, I know. Just
with Bianca, out storyline wise, obviously it wasn't going to be Charlotte fighting her on SmackDown.
Right. I mean, I guess they have limited talent too, so it's like you got to.
Well, we see the same 10 people every week, so I just got remembered on Monday reading that Odyssey Jones was drafted to Raw, and I was like, oh, he was? Because they ain't done nothing with him. Because it's the same people every week. But this match did not disappoint, despite the fact that Zelina Vega did not get the victory. She did hit the code red, but Io rolled to the outside, and then Io hit the over the moonsault and got the pin. So her first title defense was successful. Io's going to be running with this title for a while until Charlotte decides I want to be 15-time. So whenever they have a one-on-one match, that's going to be it for Io, unfortunately. So following that, Cody Rhodes came to the ring, and I'm not 100% sure. I don't really think they're going to do anything like this on Monday. They might, put the rest in peace up in the beginning, maybe the 10 bell. So the time for him to come out and pay homage to Terry Funk would be tonight. And he paid homage to the one guy that made his father's life a living hell in the ring. And so he was talking about a story that he was walking through an airport with his old man at 11 years old, and he heard somebody say egg-sucking dog. And I don't know why he asked Michael Cole, can I say that on Fox, egg-sucking dog? Well, I just did. Well, why? You didn't curse. Is that on Vince's forbidden list?
No, I mean, it has probably more to do with the network,
I don't see
advertisers
that as being bad, but whatever.
I mean, who knows? It's regular TV, so I don't know. The crowd was kind of silent, though. It wasn't like a laugh. Nobody was like, ah.
No, because I think out of respect, they were listening to him talk about Terry Funk. So
I don't know. I thought that when he mentioned that was supposed to kind of get like a chuckle, but I don't know.
I did. I thought it was pretty funny.
It reminded me of that. What was that? Was it Dick Tracy? Remember Dick Tracy? Remember that kid that, like, what did he call him? He said something with an egg, right? Go suck an egg. Go suck on an egg, right? Something like that.
Something like that. It was in the 50s. That's something they would say.
Yeah. Anyway,
but he referred to Terry Funk and both him and Bray Wyatt as cowboys of the industry, which was something special. And then, of course, they showed the video package of Terry Funk. Of course, in 2 of my favorite movies, Over the Top and Roadhouse. I definitely remember him in Roadhouse, seeing that movie 1,000 times. And then he was inducted with his brother in the Hall of Fame class of 2009, which I'm saying this right now, the class of 2024 better have Bray Wyatt in it. Hands down, better be in it. Because I would imagine they're gonna put him in. I would hope so, because the man has had a Hall of Fame career. 3-time world champion, Only thing missing from his repertoire, and it probably would have came eventually, was maybe a Royal Rumble victory. But he belongs in it. And of course, he said the next match on the card was going to be a Terry Funk hardcore match, which I got to ask you, with the exception of the last move, what the hell was hardcore about it?
Nothing.
Thank you.
But they just wanted to name it after him. Don't get caught up in that. It's just a trick.
If you're gonna put Terry Funk hardcore match, get the tables, get the ladders, get the kendo sticks. Let's get the blood.
You can't do it on Fox. That's the problem.
I know. Well, maybe we can do this match again on Raw. Yeah. But it was Ridge Holland and Butch from the Brawling Brutes versus the Street Profits. I still can't decipher who's the fan favorite and who's the heel here. It looks like Lashley and that stable is going to be baby faces.
I think they're definitely going to get over. I expect them.
They already are. They every week it's the pop for them is getting better and better, and I can't wait to see when full force when they show up, when Lashley shows up in Roman's face, he goes, "Hi, I would like that belt."
They don't have a name yet, right?
Better not be the Hurt Business again.
Part 2, 2.0.
Oh no! Don't do that. It's over. It's dead before it starts.
Yeah, part 2.
Oh, part 2. Oh my god!
Like Hot Shots.
Oh Lord! I just watched that the other day too. Yeah. World's bloodiest movie ever.
I haven't seen it in years. Is it still funny or it doesn't hold up?
No, it's slapstick. I mean, this gun runs out of bullets, so he picks up a bunch and throws it at people and they die. It's awesome. Anyway, getting back to this match, I did like the fact that Ridge used Butch like Funk would use a ladder in that match. I thought that was really cool. Nice little respect to Terry Funk. The match to me got interesting when Lashley came out because up until this point, all I'm watching is a Texas Tornado match.
Pretty much.
That's it. And the Profits at this point both got the 10 beats, each. And of course, Kevin Patrick goes, "Oh, look, they got the 10 beats." Corey's like, "Well, wouldn't that be 20?" Freaking Corey. There was, I did like the impressive blockbuster that Montez Ford did on Holland off of Dawkins' shoulders. I really thought for a minute they were going for the Doomsday Device until he hit that blockbuster. So
that would have been cool.
That move was pretty cool. Butch then gets the table. Lashley, and then of course when Butch was going off the top rope, Lashley pushed him off, followed by a spear, and then the Profits hit Revelation on Holland through the table and get the pin. So the Street Profits are on a tremendous winning streak. Unfortunately, you don't have a tag team title to go for because we haven't split the belts yet. So I don't know what's going on in that division right now. But all I can say is Profits are up. And Lashley was celebrating with them. Whatever the stable name is going to be, more power to them. I'm on board with it. It's just a matter of time before Roman's going to have to face Lashley on SmackDown. So, following that, now they showed last Monday on Raw, Miz versus Akira Tozawa. LA Knight showed up, and of course, Miz being cocky or whatever, Tozawa wins the match. And when I read that, I'm like, "Oh, please tell me what the hell?"
Well, he got his revenge. He got his revenge.
If Tozawa was on a losing streak, he's not anymore. And then afterwards, Knight hit blunt force trauma on the Miz, and of course TMZ interviewed Miz the day before, and Miz is spouting off about LA Knight. So LA Knight comes out before his main event match against Finn Balor. He grabbed the mic. First, he paid the homage to Bray Wyatt, telling him that he learned a lot for the time that he worked with him. And we regged that match from the Royal Rumble, but man, did either one of us know that was going to be his last? I don't know. I can't right now. So once he paid homage to him and told him, he goes, "We're not friends, but he has respect for him." He focused on the Miz, and he issued the challenge to him. And we found out during the match that Miz and Knight will take place at Payback. And the last thing LA Knight said was, "The next time you see me, run."
Run, yeah.
Man, that was awesome. I'm telling you, man, Bray Wyatt did it the best with the lantern. We're here. Blow it out. Everything he did when he came back, the storytelling.
I was
I was hoping to see Bo Dallas there, but
it's probably too difficult for him.
I think that, or somebody was telling me that he did some work recently for AEW. So I don't know if that had something to do with it.
I don't know anything about that.
I haven't read anything, so I didn't.
Because I thought he was supposed to. I thought he was supposed to have a program with Wyatt eventually. How did he come back? I don't know.
But, yeah, he was Uncle Howdy, and
So
once they picked up, which it was supposed to start next month, I believe, because the last thing I read a couple of weeks ago was that his health was improving. He was close to getting signed back, getting back in the ring and pursuing what they were doing, and then we find out about this.
I did like what LA Knight said about the Miz. He says, because what did he say? He called him. He said something about the Miz, where the Miz called him like was it a flash in the pan or something like that? And he says, well, you never were, or something, like nobody ever cared about you. And
you were the undercard to Rock and Cena when you were champion.
Right.
But he did it in Miz's voice. He goes, "Oh, I got too much bass in my voice."
That was good stuff.
You're a flash in the pan.
I like where this is going.
Yes, as long as he gets the victory.
No, he will. It's a stepping stone. But then Balor comes out, and
now these two guys were key feuders with Bray Wyatt.
Right.
Unfortunately, you know, there were other guys that had extended feuds with him. Unfortunately, you know, we're not going to get Cena versus Orton, which would have been two of the guys right there. So he feuded with Finn Balor in NXT as well as on the main roster, and the last feud he had before going out, because it was, you know, the next one obviously was going to be Lashley, was LA Knight. So the two of them meet for the first time ever in WWE. These two locked up. And I actually enjoyed this match. I want to see it again.
It was a good match, yeah. I just get nervous whenever LA Knight runs to jump onto the top rope.
Yes, ever since that botch a few weeks back.
You feel like it can happen again.
What was it it was in the Battle Royal? I think he botched it.
I thought it was SmackDown. Was it SummerSlam? I thought it was SmackDown.
Oh no! You're right. It was SmackDown that he botched it and tried it again and couldn't do it.
It always looks clumsy too. Like it never looks smooth.
No, it doesn't. It looks a little erratic.
Like
you don't want to hurt these. You don't want these two guys hurt at the pinnacle of storytelling that they're doing.
No, he pulled it off though. And it was an entertaining match.
Yes, and hits blunt force trauma on Balor, gets the victory. What I loved was right after, and it's a good thing I didn't hit the remote once the copyright came up. Because
I was about to shut it off too, and I didn't when I saw the copyright.
I would have regretted it. They put the lantern in the center of the ring. They shut the lights like they would for the Fiend.
Yeah, they had the silhouette of.
Oh man,
it was well done. Yeah,
the Fireflies came out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, out of all the Bray Wyatt characters, I think the Fiend was my absolute favorite.
The Fiend was amazing.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Was it Wrestling Observer has actually said that the worst feud that he has ever had was whether he was the Fiend against Seth Rollins. I disagree.
No, I don't think so. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I don't know.
The worst thing they could do to him when he was the Fiend was when Goldberg beat him. That was the worst thing in 2020.
That was bad.
When Goldberg beat him in I think it was Crown Jewel for the Universal title. I thought that was crap.
That, you know what it is? That kind of stuff, like they're held to whatever like these people are paying them over there.
Yeah.
Whatever they want, they have to give to them. So he got caught up in an unfortunate.
Well, how many more years we got of them? Like
I don't know.
6. I know there was like a 10-year deal.
Whatever it was, either way. So it was just not good booking.
No, it wasn't.
But the thing about Wyatt, like it's amazing that he was able to reinvent himself when he didn't even have to reinvent himself. He just did it, and then he just he made that was all him. All those characters are him. Like it's not WWE. It's him. I love creative guy.
Compound matches. Even when Matt Hardy was there with the whole deleting,
the stuff was great.
Yes,
that stuff was great. Yeah.
I mean, even Melted Fiend at WrestleMania, which looked a little cheesy. I enjoyed it because I'm like, oh, cool, he's back. But then I saw him, like, what the hell? Oh yeah, I forgot. Orton set you on fire a few months back, and Alexa Bliss turned on him. And I like that picture that they put up of Alexa and him together, and he's in the burnt Fiend outfit, and he's got his head turned with the smile. I thought that was cool. They didn't have a bad word to say about the man. I mean, I don't have a bad word to say about the man. I feel for his wife. Four young kids. it's just a shame. But the proceeds of all the merchandise that gets sold in his honor, which is I'm sure is jumping out off Amazon right now. I can't even find a Fiend shirt on there at the moment. All the proceeds will go to the family. And the one person I also do feel for is Mike Rotunda, because you never want to bury your son. You never want to outlive your child. And I can't imagine what he's going through right now. And I hope to God I never do. But I mean, my heart is out for that entire family, and including the Terry Funk's family too.
Yeah, of course.
But this was a huge hit to the wrestling world, and it's just a shame. And I love somebody had a thank you Chainsaw Charlie poster.
That's pretty cool.
SmackDown, I loved it. Cool. I loved it. Yeah. But these guys will always be remembered, and it's a shame.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that's our show. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Take care.